Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to all students and lecturer. So today, we from Kuliah 3 and Group 3 will share with you about aluminium in aircraft and how it is used. So you also might not know, aluminium has many uses in our industry and it is used in huge variety of products including cans, foils, kitchen utensils, video frames and video kits.
Yes, I would totally agree with Amira's statement, which is aluminium is widely used in the aircraft industry because of its benefit, which is lightweight, strong, and also have a high resistance of corrosion.
Yes, it is true, Mariam. So before we go further, let's take a look on some part of body plane that made from aluminium. For your information, the aluminium is alloyed with other metals such as magnesium, lithium, silicon, and etc. to make the part of the body plane. So there is example of an aeroplane. So first, there is wing, which is used to generate lift, and there is also jet engine, which is used to produce thrust to propel forward. And there is a sled, which is used to operation of wing. As you can see, there is a fuselage, which is a main body of an aircraft. Beside, there is a flight deck, which is also called a cockpit, which is compartment for the pilot. There is a flap, which is used to increase lift and drag when needed, and aileron, which is enable aircraft to rolling. As you can see at the back, there is fin, rubber, tail, and elevator. Rubber and elevator is a primary control. So do you know why aluminium is chosen to make the plane? Firstly, as Mariam mentioned before, it is because aluminium is a lightweight. The uses of aluminium can reduce the weight of an aircraft significantly. For your information, aluminium is third lighter than steel. It allows an aircraft to either carry more weight and become more fuel efficient. Secondly, main reason aluminium used because it's high strength. A sheet of aluminium has enough strength to withstand the high pressure associated with the air travel. This high strength can also be utilized by load-bearing structure in aviation industry to increase the reliability and cost effectiveness of an aircraft production. Furthermore, aluminium is corrosion resistant. Corrosion is one of the greatest enemy of an aircraft because it is dangerous to the passenger on board. A brushed aluminium sheet is resistant to corrosion and other chemical reactions. This makes it the natural choice for the production of an aircraft that need to be operated in corrosive environment. Another added advantages is aluminium is eco-friendliness feature. Aluminium can be recycled continuously and for multiple times without losing any beneficial properties. Recycled aluminium is used in aircraft can bring down the cost further, utilizing less energy for production when compared to the primary aluminium. So now we will know how aluminium is obtained. Aluminium make up 8% of the earth, soil and rock. So then the first step is the extraction of bauxite from the ground. Bauxite are the most common raw for aluminium production. They made up of aluminium oxide mixed with some minerals. After mining the bauxite, the next step in making aluminium is processing the raw material into alumina, which is a white powder. This process is also called Bayer process. The extraction of aluminium will be done by electrolysis. Aluminium oxide must be free to move so that electricity can pass through it. Aluminium oxide has high melting point which over 2000 degrees Celsius. Aluminium oxide will mix with cryolite. So the cryolite is used to lower the melting point. So the extraction is done by the electrolysis. During electrolysis, positively aluminium ions will gain electron and will form liquid aluminium. While the oxide ion at the anode will form oxygen. Then the oxygen will form carbon dioxide and then bubble off. Depending on the quality of the bauxite, about 4 to 5 tons of it can produce about 2 tons of alumina, which result in 1 ton of aluminium. After the creation of aluminium, it must be formed into aluminium sheet before it can use as an aircraft. In this process, aluminium will be rolling and it begins preheating the sheet ingots. Once the ingot is properly heated to rolling temperature, the aluminium is then fed into breakdown mill. From here, the sheet is rolled back and forth until desired thickness is reduced to just a few inches.
So how the body of aircraft is built with aluminium? First, the aluminium is delivered to the factory in long rows. They unwind each roll and feed the aluminium through a series of heavy rollers to press out the curve. A blade at the end of the machine automatically slices the flat aluminium into smaller pieces. The thickness of the aluminium varies depending on the part they are making. They use a 3mm sheet of aluminium to make cockpit instrument panel. A computer-guided means cuts the profile, 3 screw holes for installation, and cuts all the opening for the instrumentation. The shift goes from this to this. A computer-guided router cuts out most of the wing's components. Next, workers feed it between machine rollers and that slowly bend it to a specific angle. So once the bend is complete, they use template to check both sides and to make sure it meets specification. During production, residue from the factory machine contaminate the aluminum pieces, so once all the parts are created, they are thoroughly cleaned. The machine washes them in soapy water twice and then rinses them off. Once the parts are clean, the machine submerges them in an acid bath. This preps the surface for a good protective primer.
So, right after the acid bath, once it's primed, workers will clean up the surface with a solvent. Then, they will lay the part on a sheet of epoxy adhesive and cut along the perimeter to create an adhesive backing. Later, they will activate the adhesive with heat and pressure. Once all the parts have their custom cut adhesive, workers will assemble them on a bonding fixture.
William already explained to us about bonding fixture. Bonding fixture metal clamps and hold the parts in position, forming the internal structure of the wing leading edge. The long pieces are called stringers. They are clamped to oval-shaped access panel that enable maintenance technician to get inside the wing. Then, the workers will position and clamp the skin of the leading edge on top of the internal wing structure. And this is the most crucial part, whereby they will heat the entire thing in an oven for 2 hours at 275 degrees Fahrenheit. This will activate the adhesive and bond all the assembled parts together. Frame of the airplane fuselage section, they load the parts onto an assembled fixture and rivet them together. The final step is they will apply an aluminium cover to the frame. So that is how aircraft is made by using aluminium.
We all know that aircraft is made up of aluminium, right? For example, Boeing 737 is made up of 80% of aluminium. However, different parts of aircraft is made up of different grades of aluminium. For example, grade 2024 T3 and 6061 T6, which we're gonna learn in details after this.
So here is some example of aluminium grades and its uses. For example, we have 2024 T3, which used for fuselage, windscreen, aircraft structure, and cowls of mold structure. Next, we have 6061 T6, which used for landing mats for aircraft, truck bodies, and frame, as well as structure components. Next, we have 3003 H14 that used for making cowls in aircraft and plating. We also have 7075 T6 that used to strengthen the aluminium aircraft structure.
So I think that is all from us regarding how aircraft is made by using aluminium. That's all from us. Thank you for watching. Bye.